Hi, well, you this is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Cardano. Once again, big up to the CoinsKid army, okay? Thank you for your support, okay? Thank you for everything you do to support the channel and obviously contribution to the Patreon there as well. And we're really glad that you're enjoying the content over there. So it's all good, it's all golden. And obviously this correction is hopefully done and dusted now. And this little shakeout of the weekends that we've experienced over the last couple of days, it was pretty immense, wasn't it? It's pretty drastic and pretty horrible for those involved. But that's what it does, okay? It comes along so quickly, as I've outlined so many times in different videos. These shakeouts come so quickly and unanticipated as well. There was certain signals which we were giving you as well in multiple videos, and Cardano as well. Always be wary of what Bitcoin does, because if Bitcoin carries out that further correction, then the whole market will follow, and you could see that Bitcoin was having that correction right now. But so far, Bitcoin's had a fantastic recovery, and it looks, and I know it looks great, but you always anticipate that it could have a bit more of a sell-off, and it's a bit of something called a dead cat bounce, effectively. But so far, we're seeing no signs of that at the moment. It's looking relatively healthy, and if anything, Cardano's picked up extremely well here. It's bounced off the yellow line, which is obviously it's above the 20 EMA on the weekly. You found support off that previous swing low that we showed you yesterday. So far, so good. And you can look at the wick there. Look at the support for Cardano currently from its bottom there, where it bottomed out on that previous low, which was multi-month swing low that we spoken to yesterday, which was this consolidation range low, wasn't it, where it come back down. You're currently up a whopping 92% for Cardano, 94% for Cardano, and it's doing relatively well, isn't it? And you can see that you've basically gone up in this wave 5 here. You bolted out the gates. You're having a bit of a drawdown, a consolidation range, just like you did here, where you may start to go a bit choppy, like we were anticipating before continuation in this bull run to this wave 5, up to sort of $7 plus for Cardano in this bull run. And then hopefully, like I said to you yesterday, if we can get that overextension, we're looking at the 1618 extension there for Cardano. But first things first, the target that's in front of us is obviously this $4.18. That obviously, that I think that you sort of have waves within waves. Okay, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extension on that wave 5. Do you see that? Because you have Elliott waves within waves, and this possibly this is where we are now. We've bolted out the wave 2 with a level of consolidation. We're having a drawback right now. Then you're going to go up and have a third wave, okay, then a drawback, fourth wave, and then that final fifth wave. Now you can see how big this fifth wave was in this Elliott wave theory right here. It was very much exuberant, and it just sort of actually exploded, didn't it? And that's where you've seen Cardano get really overextended, and instead of crashing down to earth, it consolidated, and it took that long to consolidate because it had that much support. Because if it hadn't have held support, that's where you would have sort of seen it crash back down to earth and lost all support, and you would have seen that blow off top effectively. Because I remember when I first took Cardano on, it did look like this, and everyone was calling for a blow off top, and people thought it would end the bull run, but no, it just consolidated and it went sideways like that, which was really good. You want to see that, okay? Like I say, if you shoot up too quick, this is a blow off top. This is what a blow off top. This is what an end of bull run looks like, okay? Like that, the blow off top, the euphoric state, which I believe is coming, and which will potentially take us to the 1618 extension there. But again, I can't see into the future. But so far, consolidation gone up, and obviously with a correction, it's gone sideways. But you can see it's sort of a beast. It's a beast effectively, and it's sort of in its own stride. And the level of support right there for Cardano right now is immense, and you can see that it's being brought up. So hopefully in the future we'll just look at this as a wick like that, because you see the wicks. Look at that, and the wick and the level of support, the consolidation range before them next leg up. So you've got this wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, taking you to the 418, and then the wave 4 pullback before that wave 5 up to there within the Elliott wave theory right there. So fingers crossed. And that particular wave 5 like there, you can see this wave 5 got really overextended. It was much larger than the wave 3. This is where you could actually see that for Cardano, where it really does get overextended and absolutely rockets up to the 1618. So who knows? But that's what we're anticipating in this bull run. So we are in a bull run, and look to the left and look to the right. We're in a bull run, okay? And this particular thing that happened there was because the market was overheated, it was overbought, there was too much greed, and it was a margin call basically, and lots of traders got liquidated because there's so many traders in leverage positions right there, and it was just over greed. It was just complete greed, okay? Ignore the FUD, ignore Elon Musk, ignore the China FUD, because that's old news, about banning crypto. We've had that a million times. The market speaks for itself. It was completely overbought. There was too much greed, and it's corrected itself effectively. And so far, we're holding relatively strong support, and you can see the support's come back in for it. And so fingers crossed, we've had that, and it's out of the way now, and we're looking at this continuation across the board for crypto. And yeah, it was anticipated, to be honest with you, but yeah, so far so good. It's all golden, okay, and hopefully none of you were shaken out by the events of the last couple of days for crypto, and especially Cardano. So let's hope we can continue to hold support and not have any further corrections, and we've got this V-shaped recovery for Cardano, pretty much like we had here in March last year when we had that horrendous crash, and then all of a sudden we just picked up, and it was week after week that we're just continually marching onwards and upwards for Cardano and the rest of the crypto space here. So yeah, it's all good, it's all golden. So right now, just going to dive into the 4-hourly time frame for Cardano. So with Cardano on a 4-hourly time frame, then you can see we've got a relatively nice healthy pickup here. What I like to see, because you've got the bearish cross here for Cardano that was created yesterday by that downside, okay, we're in a bullish cross just here. You see the bullish cross just there, and back testing, holding its support like that beautiful uptrend. You see that? So right now what we need to see for Cardano obviously is get back above the EMAs here, and that's really important that we do get back above these EMAs and stay above them and back test some support, because you can see once you fall under them, you're in a downtrend. Once you get above them, you're in an uptrend. It is really that simple. So you need to see Cardano on the 4-hourly time frame get above the EMAs and continue to stay above them, because if you do, that's a big tick to more upside effectively. And so that's the first step right there. Okay, you can see it's having a lovely recovery. What I'm going to do, because this looks like it's already carried out a bit of a reversal pattern just here, I'm going to look on the hourly time frame right now. So this is our local bottom of this correction so far, $1 basically, which is multi-month support. As you know, we told you about yesterday, this consolidation range was multi-month support. Do you see that? So that's good. You found support on that particular level. Right now you can see it's getting a lot of support. So what I'm going to do is zoom in onto the hourly time frame for Cardano. Yeah, so pretty much you've broken a key level of resistance right there. So what I'm going to do is drop that level of resistance just in there. Do you see that? So we've got that resistance, which you can see Cardano is breaking through right now as I'm recording this on the hourly time frame. You can see it's breaking this level of resistance, and that's good, because that's what you want to see. And obviously you're getting above the EMAs as well, because currently you're in a bearish cross. Do you see that? You've got the bearish cross on the hourly time frame, you're under resistance, had that big drop down there, you've come back up, you've created a level of resistance, come back down, made a high low, and you're starting to reverse the trend. Okay, so it's good, it's healthy, it's positive effectively. That's what I'm trying to say to you. And right now you've broken this level of resistance, you're back testing it as support. Hopefully we can get some more continuation here for Cardano, and just look at that V-shaped recovery that we're anticipating across the channel right here. But obviously you always got to be aware of the anomaly, haven't you? And that is Bitcoin. So if you do start to see Bitcoin sort of roll over again and shit the bed, and it's sort of a bit of a dead cat bounce, and do anticipate that you could see Cardano roll as well. But so far it's doing really well. It's conforming, and it's basically breaking resistance, turning it into support, and hopefully marching forward now and carrying out that future price prediction up there that we've got for Cardano, $4.30 in this bull run. You know, in continuation, let's get the party started again for Cardano. And you can see the sheer level of support right now. So again, for confirmation, what you do need to see obviously is Cardano, because this is the hourly candle right there, and you've got 10 minutes to close. Now if you can close this above this particular level right here, okay, and start to backtest the 55 EMA as support, you will start to drag these EMAs up with you, because you're in above them, okay, and you will start to form a bullish cross. Now with that, that's really good. That's confirmation that you've entered that uptrend, just like you did here when you're below and you got back above, you back to support, you entered a nice little uptrend before you rolled over, consolidation, before hopefully we're going to get the pickup. But then obviously, as you know, Bitcoin shit the bed and it dragged the market down a bit. But you can see how strong Cardano is. It's like, yeah, I'm done, I'm on my way again, I'm back out of here, I'm marching onwards and upwards with this bull run. You're not stopping me, Bitcoin. But don't you wish you just could tell Bitcoin to F off? Do you know what I mean? Because it is front running. Obviously, it's king coin, isn't it? Basically, but yeah, it drives the market, and unfortunately, it's so manipulated, isn't it? And but hopefully, you know, and we have got to have hope, and we've got to have targets moving forward as well. Okay, you've got to have things you can focus on, and that's why we've got those extensions up there, and that's why we've got them price predictions for Cardano in this bull run. Hopefully now we've gone through this sort of correction and this shaking out of the weekends, and we're looking at a nice recovery here and a lot more upside for Cardano. Okay, you've got this W bottom here, okay, the pattern that we painted there, where you've made a low, you come up, made a high low, and then you're reversing the trend. You see that you're reversing the trend. See you later, alligator. We're out of here. What you do need to see obviously is this, where this candle closes above, back test, because that's where you're looking at a continuation for Cardano. So yeah, do keep an eye on it. Again, if you do start to see Cardano roll here, okay, potentially you don't want to see it start forming lower lows, and effectively you've got this low here, which I would imagine you'd find a nice bounce off. Okay, so if you do start to see, because if it loses that, you're coming down and creating a low like that. Do you see that? And you're starting to make these lower lows, and effectively you're rolling over still. So it's a bit of a fake out, so to speak. So if you do start to see Cardano now get back above that, but then lose this key level, because that's what it does. Resistance becomes support. You need to hold support, otherwise you're going to roll. And effectively what you need to see, obviously, is Cardano not close below $1.79, because if you do see it start closing below $1.79, that's where you could potentially put in a little bit of a short, okay, back down to test that key level of support right there. Do you see that? Because that's what it'll do. It comes back down to test the low support right there. So that particular target right there is currently at $1.38. So you can't see Cardano close below $1.79, because if you do, then potentially got a nice little short opportunity down there of around 20% for Cardano to potentially bounce off that, creating a double bottom. Well, it is a double bottom in effect, but you just be retesting this low. But it's looking, I'm not gonna lie, it looks good, it looks healthy, but again, you've not got a crystal ball and anything can happen. You know, the market can roll at any point. But for confirmation to the upside, close above, continuation, see you later alligator, because like I said to you, you're looking at a beautiful impulsive wave here. This is the start of an impulsive wave. Obviously you're going to correct along the way and retrace, but potentially you're looking at that upside up there to $4.30 off this next impulsive wave, and marching onwards and upwards and out of here for Cardano. So yeah, that's Cardano in a nutshell. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay tuned, and I'll be back to another Cardano update. Bye bye.